My family tried to steal the mountain home I secretly bought. They never expected what I did next. My name is Faith Stewart. I'm 32 years old, and for most of my life I've been the invisible daughter. Growing up in Maple Bridge, Connecticut, our house looked like something out of a holiday catalog. Perfect white shutters, manicured lawn, golden lights at Christmas. But inside those walls there was only one star. My older brother Julian. His trophies lined the staircase. His report cards were framed. His every accomplishment got parades and parties. Me? I was the afterthought. My debate championships, my published poems, my full-ride scholarship, those went into a box in the basement. You're so independent, Faith, Mom would say with that tight smile. We never have to worry about you. And Christmas. God, Christmas was the worst. Every single year, the invitation never came. We thought you were staying in the city with friends. Plans changed last minute. You're always fine on your own. I'd spend December 25th alone in whatever apartment I could afford, eating Chinese takeout, pretending the silence didn't echo. By 32, I'd built a life I was proud of. Senior brand strategist in Boston. Long hours, big clients, quiet victories. Then came the Titiline Outdoors rebrand, the campaign that changed everything. We crushed every metric. The client cried happy tears in the boardroom. And 2 weeks before Christmas, my boss slid a cream-colored envelope across his desk. Inside was a bonus check for $98,000. I stared at those numbers until they blurred. For the first time, I didn't feel the automatic urge to call my parents and share the news. I already knew how it would go. Congratulations turning into questions about Julian's latest almost success, subtle hints that I should help him out. Instead, I called the one person who'd always seen me, my grandmother, Nana Ruth. Her voice cracked when I told her the amount. Buy yourself something sacred. Julian, we're coming up this weekend to check it out. Bree needs fresh air. I stared at the messages, heart pounding. No question. No request. Just assumption. They arrived Friday evening. 2 SUVs, suitcases, a portable crib, boxes labeled nursery. Julian already unloading like he owned the place. I stepped onto the porch in my coat and boots. Voice calm even though my hands shook. This is private property. You need to leave. Julian laughed. That same condescending laugh from childhood. Come on, Faith. Don't be dramatic. Mom said you wouldn't mind. Mom chimed in. Eyes already glassy with manufactured tears. It's almost Christmas. Family helps family. I didn't argue. I just called the sheriff's non-emergency line while they stood there. The deputy who arrived knew the ridge, small towns talk. He informed them politely but firmly trespassing. They left furious, promising I'd come to my senses. I didn't sleep that night. The next morning, I hired the best real estate attorney in Burlington, a property litigator with a reputation for being ruthless when protecting clients, and a private investigator who specialized in fraud. Because it didn't stop. Fake rental agreements started appearing, my forged signature giving Julian temporary occupancy. Emails from a fake property management company demanding I vacate their listing. One afternoon I got an alert from my smart lock. Someone tried to drill it. The camera caught Julian and a locksmith he'd paid under the table. That was the day I stopped feeling scared and started feeling dangerous. No trespass orders were served to every adult family member. Cease and desist letters for the forgeries. The PI traced the fake documents back to my father's email. I filed emergency motions. The judge granted temporary protective orders within days. Nana Ruth moved into the guest room for a month, shotgun by her bed and fire in her eyes. My real friends, Priya, Marcus, Lena, took shifts staying over, turning the house into a fortress of laughter and loyalty. Then came New Year's Eve. I decided to host my first real holiday gathering. Chosen family only. The house glowed with string lights. Chili simmered on the stove. Cocoa bar loaded with peppermint schnapps and extra marshmallows. Nana Ruth held court by the fire, telling stories that had everyone howling. At 8:17 p.m., headlights swept across the glass wall. 2 black SUVs crawling up my private road. My guests went quiet. I walked to the door, heart steady now. I'd planned for this. They poured out, Mom, Dad, Julian, pregnant Brianna, and a man in a cheap suit clutching a briefcase, introducing himself as a family resolution specialist. Dad knocked, authoritative, impatient. Faith, open up. We're here to settle this reasonably. I opened the door just enough. Behind me, the house was full of witnesses. Phones already recording discreetly. The specialist started his speech about mediation and shared family resources. He produced papers, a forged deed transfer, a fake lease with my supposed signature, claims of verbal agreement. I let him finish. Then I stepped aside. Deputy Harlan, who I'd arranged for civil standby hours earlier, stepped into the light, uniform crisp, expression stone. Evening, folks, he said calmly. You've been served multiple no trespass orders and protective orders. This is active trespassing. He handed my father a thick envelope. Final summons for fraud, forgery, attempted theft. The specialist went pale. Mom started the tears. But it's New Year's. She's our daughter. Brianna, 8 months pregnant, face drawn with exhaustion, suddenly spoke. Voice shaking but clear. No, she looked at Julian. We're not doing this. I'm not bringing my baby into a home we tried to steal. She turned and walked back to the SUV alone. Got in. Waited. One by one, the lies crumbled in the porch light. Dad's authority deflated. Julian's anger turned to stunned silence. Mom's performance ran out of audience. Deputy Harlan gestured down the driveway. Time to go. I watched their taillights disappear into the dark, snow already covering their tire tracks. Closed the door. Clicked the deadbolt, that beautiful, final sound. Turned back to my full, warm house. Nana Ruth raised her cocoa mug. To Faith, she said simply. Everyone cheered. Later, standing on the deck under a sky full of stars, snow falling soft around me, I finally understood. I hadn't just protected a house. I'd protected the little girl who used to wait by the window every Christmas, hoping someone would remember her. I'd protected my right to say no. My right to peace. My right to build a life where love isn't conditional and space isn't stolen. If you're watching this and you've ever felt invisible in your own family, if you've ever had your boundaries ignored, your achievements dismissed, your pain minimized, hear me. You are allowed to choose yourself. You are allowed to build something sacred and guard it fiercely. You are allowed to close the door on anyone, blood or not, who treats your heart like it's disposable. Because the greatest revenge isn't anger. It's peace. It's joy so complete they can't touch it. It's a house full of people who choose you back. This New Year's Eve, I stood on my deck, cocoa in hand, watching fireworks bloom over the valley with the people who see me. And for the first time in 32 years, I was home. If this story hit you, drop a like, share it with someone who needs to hear they're allowed to choose peace, and tell me in the comments, have you ever had to protect your boundaries from family? You're not alone. Thank you for listening. Here's to new beginnings, and locked doors when we need them. Happy New Year. You deserve it. Your